Okay, this video just cut off, y'all. I'm in the middle of this cake because I had interruptions. If this goes off again, I don't know what I'm going to do. So anyway, I just put in the buttermilk, and it's a good thing because this batter, look at that, how thick that is. That is eggs and sugar and flour and spices and eggs. Everything was like, almost a cup of sugar, a cup of prunes, a cup of buttermilk, a cup of oil. Can you believe that? You know this cake is going to be moist. Okay, now I've got my vanilla, my buttermilk, and now I'm going to add my prunes. This looks like a lot, y'all, but it said to cook a cup and drain them and mash them, which is what I did. Now, the prunes don't look that good either, but to me, they look better than the buttermilk. So, all right, got that mess going. Now, I have to get these prunes mixed up in here, and then this cut, bleh. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't talk. You know when I'm trying to do something and I get interrupted, my little brain cell does not cooperate. Now I want to make sure I have these mixed really good. That looks pretty good. Okay, now let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Prunes, sugar, eggs, oil, all-purpose flour, baking soda, nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, buttermilk, and vanilla. Now, I'm going to put that in the cake pan. You know, this is a lot of batter, and it's heavy, y'all. So I hope that I'm going to be able to hang on to this bowl. Ooh, come on, little prunes. Come on. Come on. Stubborn little things don't want to come out of there. There we go. That's good enough. Okay. Okay, y'all. Oops. Goes my scissors. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look nice and messy? Lord, this bowl and all this stuff is heavy. Get it all in there. Now, I'm not sure, y'all. This smells really good, by the way. Nutmeg, allspice, what else? Cinnamon. It smells really good. There we go. Okay. Now. Yep, I just licked my finger. Not that one, though. Okay, I'm going to pop this in the oven. This is going to be really dense, y'all. Okay, let's move over to the table. You could not even believe the mess that I have in this house. I mean, I would show you, but I'm not. Okay, let me tell you. This cake mix called for 1 cup of prunes. I better look at the clock. 3:15. 40 minutes. Okay. 1 cup of prunes, and it said to put those in enough water to cover them and boil them for about 8 minutes. And then you drain them and you mash them, okay? 1 cup of sugar, 3 large eggs, 1 cup of oil, 1.5 of flour, baking soda, nutmeg, allspice, cinnamon, buttermilk, and vanilla. And so now we've got that in the oven, and it says to bake from 35 to 40 minutes. It's so cool to have a printer, y'all. Look, I printed up my recipe. I hope it's really good, and I'll put it in a little binder. So then for the icing, now there's 2 ways you can do this icing. And I'll video that if I possibly can. You can just pour the icing on top of the cake. It's not frosting at all. And do it that way. Or you can take a fork and poke a bunch of holes in it, kind of like a poke cake. And of course, that's the way I'm going to do it. And this is what is in the icing. It's a cup plus 2 teaspoons of sugar, a teaspoon of water. What difference does 1 teaspoon of water make? I always wonder about that when it's such a small amount. But I'll put it in there. 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 cup of butter, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. And it says that, let me see, when the cake has 5 minutes remaining, make the icing. So you put everything in there and you boil it. What? Boil without stirring for 5 to 7 minutes? Does that sound right to y'all? Do until the icing starts to turn dark. Do not, and it says not in caps, allow icing to reach the soft ball stage. Icing should be caramel in color, but not sticky like caramel. Icing should pour easily. Take the cake from the oven and pour the icing on immediately. Allow to rest on the counter and serve warm. Well, let's see, by about 4, the board's not coming. Well, we're not convening until 6 o'clock. So it says if you're not able to serve immediately, you can reheat the entire cake in a 200-degree oven for approximately 5 minutes. Individual slices reheat in the oven for 10 seconds. Now this microwave, which was a gift, by the way, from a lady that I worked with, volunteered with at Bread of Life. 1100 watts. That's a pretty strong microwave. Okay, so that's it. It's really an easy cake to make. And it's funny how the ingredients, 1 cup prunes, 1 cup sugar, 1 cup oil, 1 cup buttermilk, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now let me ask y'all this. Did a lot of people really screw up the original recipe because the ingredients were kind of all over the place and they just figured out how to make it easier? I mean, really? except for the eggs and the extra half cup of all-purpose flour. Piece of cake. Couldn't help that. Now listen, y'all. I know this cake is gonna be amazing. And I'm gonna have to serve it with plates and forks. I wish I had some paper plates, but I don't. Oh, that makes me lazy, doesn't it? Oh well. If you are, you are. So y'all, I wish that oh, and if you cut it the way you're supposed to in 12 servings in a 9 by 13 pan, well, I'm thinking that's not a very big serving. Now, it got 5 stars from 2 votes. Oh, I'm glad y'all can't rate my videos with stars, okay? That would be like dangerous. You know what's been happening lately? I'll tell you. First of all, I may have to do banana bread tomorrow. What do y'all think? Are those mushy? They don't feel really mushy, but ooh, that one doesn't feel. I might have to eat that one with some potato chips in a few minutes. It's time for breakfast or supper. But what's been happening is, I think it's ever since one of y'all said you're almost at 19,500 subscribers. So it comes up every time I'm going to publish a video or whatever. So I looked at it and I'm like, oh, that's right. 19,500 subscribers. Well, this is what it's been doing. It went up about 2 or 3 subs, and then it went down about 4 or 5 subs. Then it went back up. So I don't know, is somebody jerking with me out there? That's easy to do, isn't it? The good thing, y'all, I am so thankful that I don't really care about that stuff. I don't care about people trying to pull my chain unless they get nasty or call one of y'all a name. It doesn't sound right to say I don't care how many subscribers I have. I mean, I guess I should, but I mean, it's great if I ever reach 20,000 subscribers. That I keep looking around, y'all, because Leo and Maria are here, and she has been working in that yard, and she's got a blower, and oh my gosh, and she has a big plastic trash can. And Leo's been running to the dumpster with that thing on a dolly. I'm so glad they're home. And they are going to get the first pieces of this prune cake. But, I mean, it's awesome if I have that many subscribers. It blows my mind anyway. It blew my mind when I had 100. But it's not so much about, because you know, you can have a ton of subscribers and all of those folks don't watch. They don't all watch. And there's a way to look at your analytics to see how many views a video has gotten, but I just never think to look at that. And then your comments and all of that stuff. What I care about, and yes, of course, the income is a huge blessing. But what is the most important thing to me is that you all have a good time. Either a good time watching the videos, a good time reading the comments, or a good time because I'm just nuts. Okay? I don't care. As long as you're having a good time. And that's what is important to me. And the fact that so many of y'all pray for the people that I bring up. And that brings me to Debs, Debbs. And she's having a difficult time, you guys. And so if you could just tack her onto your list. You know, life situations get really, really rough sometimes. And I know y'all know that because there's a few of you out there that have actually lived in your car and you've been homeless. So we get that. And I love that about this community. I just love it, love it, love it. I could not be prouder. I am so proud of every one of y'all. And if you send your good wishes, if you don't pray, I appreciate your good wishes. We all do. I mean, you know what? That's an amazing thing too. I feel for you. I understand. I've been there. Gosh, I don't get that. Just your comments and your good wishes and all of that, and it's all appreciated. I have been so busy this morning, y'all. I have not even checked my personal email. I've been busy with HOA. How did I get into this? It's a calling. It's a punishment. You know what, y'all? When sometimes people, you know, I said this before, they just don't step up for various reasons. And I understand. I do. I didn't want to, but I will. And I have. And I did. And if I open my mouth very wide, I'm going to get that little bug in here. Okay, y'all, I'm going to let you go. Long video again. But I do want to show you what the icing looks like and how the cake does. It's so good. Do something fun today, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.